This is the Ultra Box. To get it, you need 3000 seasonal trophies, but most people think it's too much. So how would you react if I told you that it's actually one of the easiest things to get? Well, today we're analyzing all seasonal boxes, which one you should focus on getting, and the best tips and tricks to easily unlock any box you want every season. Stick with it because the last tip is the most important one. First of all, let's explain what seasonal boxes are. There are 5 boxes and you can progress through them by collecting seasonal trophies. Seasonal trophies are only obtainable after 1000 trophies where you're at max tier. But what actually makes these boxes unique? Well, the rewards, of course. So this is a list of all the trophy boxes and their requirements, and this is a list of all the rewards you can get from each one of them, as well as how likely it is to get each reward. Props to NinjaWii for making this one, but this begs the question: do you really need the Ultra Box? Well, this depends. If you're a casual player and you only care about progression, you don't really need it. So my suggestion to you is to at least push to get the Mega Box for a chance to win 100 gems. But if you are a casual or even a hardcore player that cares about skins, then yeah, you need it, my friend. So you better start pushing. Well, after you finish this video, because now I'm gonna reveal all the tips and tricks you need to know to unlock the highest of boxes the easy way. First, you need teammates, because let's face it, randoms suck. So to find some, head to the comments and join our Discord server through the link in the pinned comment. Also, while you're there, leave a comment on how awesome this guide is, but I know that a lot of you don't have your account maxed. This is a big problem when you're trying to push for the Ultra Box, and that's because you'll need to push more trophies with each brawler. For example, if you have 10 brawlers maxed, you will need to push each one of them to 1300 to get 3000 trophies. But if you had 60 of them maxed, now you only need 50 extra trophies of each brawler to reach your goal. So first, let's cover how to max out more brawlers faster. For starters, focus on upgrading them to power 11 first before buying any of their abilities. This is really important because the difference between power levels is huge. Plus, you can wait to get lucky from one of your star drops to get their star powers, gadgets or hypercharges. But if you can't do power 11, power 10 is still good. Second, try upgrading brawlers that are super versatile, meaning they're good in pretty much every meta. The problem with upgrading meta brawlers is that Supercell will nerf them and they will fall off the meta, so don't waste your resources there. Instead, unlock and upgrade these brawlers. They're the most versatile ones. But to take it one step further, you can select to unlock brawlers that are both versatile and don't depend on their abilities to be strong. This is important because it takes a lot of resources to upgrade a brawler, and you might not have enough coins to buy their gadgets, star powers or hypercharges. So this is a list of brawlers that have a strong main attack and super that makes them playable without their abilities. Now that we covered all that, let's see how to finally get the box. This is a list of the different trophy ranges and how many trophies you win and lose depending on where you're at. First of all, you need to do the math. For example, if you have 15 brawlers at power 11, you need to push to 1200 trophies with each one of them to get to 3000. So just divide the total trophies you need for the box you're aiming with the number of brawlers you're planning to push, and you'll find the number of seasonal trophies you need to push with each brawler. But if you have a lot more maxed out brawlers, this list becomes useful. The sweet spot of pushing is between 1100 and 1200, with 1100 being the easiest because you lose as many trophies as you gain. But pushing to 1200 can be challenging, especially for less experienced players. So depending on your skills, you can either choose to push your best brawlers to 1200 trophies and then push some others to 1100, or you can just push 30 of them at 1100. It's up to you, but it's generally not worth pushing above 1200 trophies unless you want to try pushing for prestige, or if you're really good with a specific brawler and you seem to be winning a lot. If so, you can try reaching 1300 if you're up for a challenge. After that though, it's best to change to another brawler. But if you don't have any other brawlers at power 10 or 11, but you really need the box, you should find good teammates that have their brawlers maxed and try pushing with the Power 9 brawler. It will be harder, but it might work. Personally, I wouldn't push above 1000 trophies if my brawler was Power 8 or lower, but you can try it and see how it goes, especially if you have the skills for it. Another really useful tip is to push a bit further from your goal. So if you reach 1100 trophies, don't stop there. Keep going until you lose a match. Once you lose, you can change your brawlers. Let me explain. When you win, your seasonal trophies add up, but if you lose, they don't get removed. So it doesn't matter if you get to 1100 trophies, but then you tilt back down to 1000. Those 100 extra trophies you collected will stay there. But be aware that with this logic, if you lose some matches, you need to push to the point you were before with that specific brawler to start collecting seasonal trophies again. So sometimes it's just worth moving on to the next brawler if you tilted a lot. But what mode should you push? First of all, avoid Showdown. If you want to get better, you should push in 3v3s. Showdown is mostly luck. It depends on the spawn you get and on what brawlers spawn near you. Plus, teaming makes this mode ridiculous. As for the other modes though, the hardest one to push on by far is Brawl Ball. This is where better players hang out, so if you're not one yet, you should choose something else. Modes like Knockout, Hot Zone, Heist, or limited time modes like Brawl Arena are super easy to push for easy wins. I would avoid Gem Grab and Bounty for the most part though, because there are a lot of good players pushing there too. Okay, you found a game mode you want to push in, but what about the maps? You should always try pushing in poorly designed maps. Think of it like this. We have Bridge Too Far in Heist and Call of the Water in Knockout. Bridge Too Far is famous for the 011 Kid incident,
but certainly it is, oh my word, oh my word.
And it's actually a competitive map that is part of ranked, scrims, and pro play. Now, Call of the Water is a map I've never heard before. It's poorly constructed and it mostly has bushes. This means that a lot of good players will prefer Heist, and the only players you will find in Knockout are brain dead Edgar randoms who hide in a bush the whole time thinking they're playing Showdown. So what should you choose? I'll leave that up to you. But now let me give you the final, most important tip of all. You won't get the Ultra Box if you don't follow this rule, and that is to be friendly. If all you can think about is how bad your teammates are or what mistakes they made, you will play worse than them. So remove toxicity from your life. Change your thumbs down pin and your clown pin for happy pins. Help your teammates out when needed, and you should be good to go. Now, as a bonus, if you don't have enough maxed out brawlers yet, spend this season preparing. Push overall trophies and try getting as many resources as you can to upgrade as many brawlers as you can. After upgrading them, try getting them to max tier or at least super close to it to start pushing right away the next season. That way, your next season will be the one you shine, show your worth, and get the box you so much crave. But if you don't have that much experience yet and you want to learn how to get to max tier easily, you should watch this video right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you there.